Have you ever pondered why someone would willingly sacrifice their life for others? It's a question that strikes deep, doesn't it? After all, it confronts us with the very essence of altruism, the selfless concern for the well-being of others. When we think about sacrifice, we often think about giving up something we value for the sake of something else that we consider more important. But what could be more valuable than life itself? What could possibly justify such a sacrifice? Throughout history, we find numerous instances of individuals who have made the ultimate sacrifice, laying down their lives for the greater good. However, none of these instances are as profound or as universally recognized as the story of Jesus' death on Good Friday. Here we have a tale that transcends religion, culture, and time, a tale that brings us face to face with the ultimate sacrifice, one made out of pure love for humanity. One of the most profound examples of sacrifice is the story of Jesus' death on Good Friday. The story begins with what is known as the Last Supper. This was no ordinary meal, but a poignant gathering where Jesus and his disciples shared their final moments together. Amidst the breaking of the bread and the sharing of the wine, their camaraderie was tinged with the shadow of what was to come. In this moment, Jesus, with compassion and grace, spoke of his impending sacrifice. He stated, "This is my body, given for you," as he broke bread, and, "This is my blood, shed for you," as he poured wine. The symbolism was profound, hinting at the crucifixion that was to follow. Yet, within this intimate circle, a betrayal was brewing. Judas, one of his own, was about to turn him over to the authorities. Jesus, knowing this, still offered Judas the same love and acceptance as the others. With a heavy heart, Jesus, aware of his impending fate, spent his last moments with his disciples. As dawn broke on Good Friday, the path to Jesus' ultimate sacrifice began. The day was charged with a sense of impending history, a poignant chapter that would forever change the course of humanity. Jesus, after sharing his last meal with his disciples, was taken before Pontius Pilate. The Roman governor, despite finding no guilt in Jesus, bowed to the pressure of the crowd and sentenced him to death by crucifixion. From there, the journey to Golgotha, the place of the skull, commenced. Jesus, burdened with the weight of the wooden cross, trod the path of sorrows, followed by a multitude of onlookers. The act of crucifixion, a brutal and agonizing form of execution, was a harsh reality for many during this period. Yet, Jesus faced it with a fortitude that was as profound as it was heartbreaking. As the nails were driven into his hands and feet, Jesus was lifted up on the cross, a grim spectacle for all to see. The sky, as if in mourning, darkened, casting an ominous shadow over the scene. And then, after hours of enduring this excruciating ordeal, Jesus breathed his last. His final words, "It is finished," echoed through the still air. This was not a cry of defeat, but a declaration of triumph. In his death, Jesus had fulfilled his mission, the ultimate act of love and sacrifice. In the midst of darkness and despair, Jesus breathed his last, uttering, "It is finished," signifying the fulfillment of his mission. But why is this grim tale remembered and revered as Good Friday, you might ask? A fair question indeed. The crucifixion of Jesus Christ, a narrative steeped in anguish and torment, might not seem good in the conventional sense. Yet its significance lies precisely in this paradox. Good Friday, falling on the Friday before Easter Sunday, is a day of deep spiritual importance in Christianity. It commemorates the crucifixion of Jesus, marking the ultimate act of sacrifice. But it's not just about sacrifice, it's about redemption too. For believers, Jesus' death is seen as an atonement for the sins of humanity, a path to salvation. This day becomes a testament to the extraordinary depth of God's love for humanity. It's a love so profound that God was willing to give up his only Son to redeem the world. It's this selfless act of love that grants Good Friday its profound significance. The power of faith, too, finds its expression on Good Friday. It's a day when believers around the world unite in prayer, reflecting on the lessons of sacrifice, love, and forgiveness that Jesus' death embodies. Good Friday, therefore, is far from being just a grim remembrance. It's a day of reflection, a day of gratitude, a day of love. It's a day that underscores the transformative power of faith and the enduring promise of redemption. Thus, Good Friday serves as a solemn reminder of the ultimate sacrifice and the boundless love that it symbolized.